Alright, ladies and gents, it's games time, and it's time to talk about what we're playing. So, David, if you would start us off?
What else am I playing other than, just idle games? For the most part, Adventure Capitalist. Oh, I have been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse, though. And I have been finding this game on Congress called Shrimps. It's a text-only game where you build an army of shrimps that do things for you, like give you gold and metal and fight to the death for you, and it's kind of weird.
Aside from the MMO that I'm going to review later on in this segment, for me, the new things that I have been playing have been a couple of apps on my phone, actually. One for the GSN Casino, though I didn't play that very much because all my free-to-play coins disappeared quickly. And also a bingo game themed after Monopoly, which is a pretty fun game in and of itself. It's also a free-to-play game.
I also have that game, by the way, or I did have that game. It was, I think I got to I forgot, something like Mediterranean Avenue or something like. No, a little bit further past that.
I was going to say Mediterranean Avenue is the first area. I primarily focused actually on Mediterranean Avenue, and I just today, as of the recording of this,
Connecticut. That's this Connecticut.
Yeah, I just today completed the collection on Mediterranean. Completed the collection card for that all
Wow,
together.
look at the time, dude. We still got to get through Pokemon Shuffle first.
Yeah. Which I took a while, but I finally got past Mega Mewtwo Y. Now I'm stuck on Froakie. Go figure. Alright, new releases for the coming week. Battle Fantasia Evolved Edition. This is a fighting game that is themed around fantasy RPGs. It is going to be available on PC on July the 7th. Also on July the 7th, Numa Breath of Life, which is a first-person puzzle game. That one is going to be available on the PS4. And Rocket League, which is kind of a racing slash soccer game where you basically play soccer with armored cars. And that will be available on PS4 and PC on July the 7th. On July the 8th, for those of you who have been enjoying playing Smite on the PC and you have an Xbox One, there's going to be an open beta for Smite on the Xbox One on July the 8th. Of course, Smite, one of the top three MOBA-style games out there right now. And last but not least, on July the 9th, a squad-based shooter for the PC, Red Solstice, is going to be coming out then. So that's your new releases for the week. Now for a little video game news. First of all, this story here from GoNintendo.com really... To this, I have to say, this is why we can't have nice things. Because, okay, Fire Emblem Fates is already out in Japan. Both of the versions are already out in Japan. And we are going to be getting the English translation early next year. Well, apparently there were some people who couldn't wait. Because they are already starting to create a fan translation version of it. I guess maybe part of it is because they don't trust the localization team that much. Some of them may have been given the reasons of some of the storyline changes that were made to the Dark Mage Henry in Awakening, which honestly I just got over that by creating a story for an RP character that melded the two together. Yeah. You have bread, you have eggs, you make French toast. Yeah. But, yeah, these people decided to just go ahead and do it themselves instead of waiting until next year to buy the game with the official translation. Oh, God. Yeah, I normally have my problems with the DMCA and the way it's applied, but I hope Nintendo shuts this down, because that's just... It's not like Mother 3, where we're unlikely to get the translation. We know we are getting this game in North America and Canada. We're getting this in English language. Why?
Next year is quite a ways away, for one. And for two, this is not an uncommon thing. I mean, people have tried to get translations of games that haven't been out yet for a while now. I remember when Pokemon Crystal first came out in Japan, there were a lot of different people who were trying to make translations of the game, including the most famous of them, Pokemon Vietnamese Crystal.
Which actually was a different game altogether.
No, that was Pokemon Diamond you're thinking of.
Pokemon Diamond,
Pokemon Vietnamese Crystal is basically Pokemon Crystal with the most horrible English that you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, and I know...
kids, drugs are good for your Pokemon.
Yeah, and I know I've played some of the translation hacks of some of the Super Nintendo RPGs that never made it across the pond. Bahamut Lagoon, by the way, is a pretty darn good strategy RPG that never came over from Japan, but there are translations out for there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, this is just sheer impatience. And come on, I can wait for the official translation, and I am admittedly not a very patient person. If I can wait for the damn translation, surely you people can. Although apparently not. Ugh.
What are you going to do?
Anyway, this news story is going to have to be prefaced with a little video game history. During the waning years of the Super Nintendo, Nintendo and Sony were working together on an accessory kind of similar to what Sega did with the Sega CD that would add CD capabilities to the Super Nintendo, and then also a separate console that would not only play Super Nintendo cartridge games, but also new, more powerful games on the CD system, dubbed the PlayStation. Well, the deal went sour. Nintendo and Sony went their separate ways. Sony went on to create the PlayStation on their own, and Nintendo had an ill-fated deal with Philips before creating the N64, and the rest is history. But the prototype was lost to history until this week. Because apparently someone on Reddit found the original PlayStation prototype. And if you look at the link in the show notes to the Engadget story, it's showing the picture. It looks like it's legit, because it looks like basically the love child of a PlayStation and a Super Nintendo. So either it's a very elaborate hoax, or this is living video game history.
I go with the latter. It looks pretty nice, though. Kind of wish that we actually did have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the Fox Mulder way of thinking here. I want to believe. I'm a bit of a history geek, so to have something so iconic, something so land-shaking in the landscaping of something that I love, like video games, pop up after years of not being seen, it's a big deal.
Hey everyone, this is David. Like what you hear? Check us out on the internet at casualmodepodcast.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/casualmodepodcast, any one of our social media links, and of course, click on the little subscribe button below. Thanks!